All right, we're gonna go through how to troubleshoot the Gen 2 iPad and see if we can get the chip reader or get it to start working. One of the videos I probably sent you already is the one how to make sure that the app version is updated. Some of these are being held back from updating correctly, and that's why the payment isn't going through. But I'm gonna take you through a couple troubleshooting methods that I want you to look through this to see if we are getting connection, and if we have the ability to maybe possibly update this. So, inside the chip reader, gonna have you look in there probably. This is a green light. Sometimes it's a red light. I can't really tell you what red and green mean. They both work. I wanna say the red light means that it just needs a little bit more of a charge in the chip reader through here. So, one of the things we wanna do is we wanna make sure that this is connected to the iPad. And the first thing that we're gonna be able to do and check is in the settings to be able to verify that. So what we're going to do is we're going to swipe out of the app. We're going to go in here to the settings like we were saying. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go and look for general. And then what we're going to do is go to about. And when you're in about, it's going to have all of the serial number and configuration. We're going to swipe all the way down. And then what we're looking for is this iDynamo 6. So you're gonna have Wi-Fi address, Bluetooth, SEID, and then iDynamo 6. Now this iDynamo 6 means the chip reader's connected. If you do not see iDynamo 6 and only these three, there's a good chance that the chip reader is not reading or connecting, so we need to try to troubleshoot and figure that out. So either first thing we can do, we can go right here into the end, this back part right here of the butt of it. We're gonna hold that button down. We're going to see the lights flash, kind of bing, bing, bing. We're going to do that, and then we're going to see if that connects. So see how it's not connected right there? We're waiting, boom. Now it's there, right? It's probably a little blurry, but it doesn't matter. So iDynamo 6, we're good, and it's showing that it is connected, right? So if that doesn't work, second option, what I want you to do is I want you to flip over the iPad, and I want you to push this button right here. So where the handle is, push this button in and kind of take this handle off. You're gonna feel it slide off. And then gently take the iPad, not putting too much pressure on this chip reader, and then you're going to just kind of pull it off. And all I want is you to just to pull it off this little nipple right here so that it basically is going to take the power out of the chip reader. So as you see on this one, the light is still green in the chip reader, even though we're disconnected. So what that's telling me is it's still powering down, and the idea is we want that green light to completely die out before we connect it back. So we're gonna wait here until this green light completely dies, and once it completely dies, then we will connect the iPad back. The idea is to hard reset this chip reader so that it goes to sleep, and then we try to wake it back up. So it's still green. This could last up to a minute, minute and a half. So as long as you have it off this nipple, it's not getting power, it's just getting the last of the power. Now, see how it just died out? Perfect. Now that the light is out, whether it's green or red, now that it's out, and again, sometimes when you pull this off, the light will go out right away. Perfect. Now that the light's out, we're gonna push this back. See how we pushed it back onto the nipple, and then right here, boom, you see the green light? Green light is back on in there. Now, when we go to general, and we scroll, we go to about, and we scroll down again, iDynamo 6. So this is showing that the chip reader's connected. If those two methods didn't work to connect that, then we're going to have to go further into figuring out what's going on with it. So verify if the lights are on in the chip reader, if they're red or green, let me know. If the iDynamo 6 is connecting there. Even if we have to too, what I want you to do is just take the iPad and then hold. We're gonna go to general right here. We're gonna swipe down, and we're just gonna shut down the iPad and then restart, or it's going to shut it down. And then what we're going to do is this little button at the top, hold that down, restart the iPad, hold it down until the Apple comes on, and then let go. And then it's going to turn back on, and then that might be a way that the chip reader then will connect as well. So if those options show that it's connected, what we want to do is then we want to go into the actual app, the purple STPOS, log into the iPad, and then all I want you to do is, after you're in the iPad, all I want you to do is I want you to take a credit card of your own, and I want you to try to chip, and I want you to try to tap your own card. So I'm going to put this handle back on just so you are familiar with this. So now we're here. We don't need to run a transaction. All we need to do is make sure that the chip reader responds. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your card out, and we're going to try and chip and see if we can get it to go through. So we put the card in, boom, it takes payment, cool, or it's chipping the card, pull it out. So it says my name, we're gonna close that, and then last thing, if that doesn't work, then I want you to try to take the card and tap it and see if it takes the tap. Sometimes you gotta tap it first to get it to take the actual payment, and then close out of it or close that tab and then try to chip it then, and then the chip should work when you go and put it in. So I'm gonna put it in, boom, takes, I put the card in, shows the chip, pull it out, it's working, got my name here, and we're good to go. So I want you to test and verify to see if any of those fixes work, to see if we can get it going.